Hello everybody.
Hello. Welcome to the 6th episode.
Yes.
Of After Sadhana. We've come a far way.
Yes, we made 7 part of this
The journey.
40 days, this journey.
Yeah.
So,
Feels good.
it's good.
It feels good.
Yeah.
I hurt my back yesterday really bad. I was gonna go out of the car.
Yeah.
When Adam was gonna drop me, and I was just gonna hug him, and it's like, ah! And then I was gonna go out, so I opened the door, but I couldn't get out of the seat because it hurt so bad when I was gonna lift up.
And I used to drive away from bye, take care.
You just left me there.
Friend. Yeah. So, yeah, I my body is also starting to get used to this exercise, doing these exercises every day. So that feels good. That feels really good. I have some parts in my body who makes themselves aware as I do yoga. I have a part of here.
Says hello. I'm here.
The spinal flexes every time. But, I feel it. So there's something there that's loosening up. But and I did when I came home yesterday. I took a really long nap, almost 1 hour.
Okay.
So I came home from work, and then I just went to bed, and then I fell asleep. Nobody was home, so I could take a good rest. So like 45-50 minutes, and that made a whole lot of difference.
Yeah,
really, it is. So then I got like the normal energy level up for the rest of the night. And my experience is, as I told the other day, that this the first week that's everything is like getting into place and balancing, and then we're going more and more downhill, and you get more energy. That's my experience from this.
Because so far for me, it's a pretty rough training, and then I see you doing all the exercises, and you do them very thoroughly and quickly. So I also, I always, like, some part of me wants to be able to hold the same pace as you or any other teacher, and that's not so good because I went a bit too far. So listen to your body, and
that's very important.
We'll go a lot better.
Yeah, it's very important. If you push yourself too far, not listening, being in that moment, trying to follow whatever, and then when you're up here in your mind, that's when you can mess things up.
Yeah, you can, really badly. But that's probably also part of the journey. Like you will,
sometimes
you will do that.
Sometimes,
so you can learn from it.
As doing this, we do the same kriya for 40 days. There are quick transitions. After a while, even for those of you following us, doing the kriya and everything, you remember, okay, this next one. So it's getting shorter and shorter transitions, and you just seamless go from the other to the next, to the next, to the next. And during that's also one thing why we do this kriya for 40 days, is like you can get more into the kriya. You don't have to think about the exercises. You can focus your third eye and do, okay, it's a butterfly, or no, it's a cobra, or no. So you're in the space. You can hold the space for a longer time, and you don't have to be. Your mind doesn't have to think about what's next, what am I going to do, how am I going to sit, how am I going to do this, how am I going to do that. So that part of the brain can relax, and you can just go with the flow with the kriya. So that's one part of it. Doing the same one.
I experienced this. Because you can keep your eyes closed almost for the whole kriya, and it feels very good to be able to be there in your meditation. It's just sat down when you go with the flow, and time goes a lot faster as well.
Yeah, that's something I really I remember from. This is not the first time I'm doing this. I did it like in 2011. Not much people on the internet then, you live, but. I remember from that one that suddenly I was just sitting doing the Sufi grinds. I didn't know, how did I get here? Because it gets like in your, I don't know, time disappears, and suddenly you just do things, and you are in a certain space, so to speak.
Because I asked you about this yesterday after the video, you know, about the different brain waves, like alpha, beta, and theta, and all this. Because the access to the unconscious mind is much more available in the early morning, or when you're sleeping or going to bed, whatever. But also, like here, when you do when you're in the meditation, it's like you're aware, but you're also somehow in something close to like I don't know, sleep
meditation.
Yeah.
And that's also connected to you come from that space. You've been sleeping, right?
Yeah.
You've been lying down and you go up. You don't speak, as we said the other day. You don't wake up your mind. You just do this. So you're very close to that space, and then it's more easier to access that meditative mind, I would say.
Yeah. But it's like in a dream, you know, when you're like, well, how did I get here, or how did this happen so quickly? And it kind of feels the same. Sometimes you're like, suddenly we're at it's time for the mantras, and you're like...
And maybe that's your mind being still, because as you move into the day, you move into your feelings, you move into, you're filling up, and you're maybe... recalling all the things that you experience and things like that. Oh no, this is like day like this. Oh no, and you're filling up with all this mental garbage or mental things. So you're not seeing clear, but it feels like it's very clear in here. This is your life. Whoa, running around this, but as you're not aware of anything else. You're not aware, this is my life. Oh, and you're like a roller coaster, emotional and things like that. Doing yoga, doing a spiritual practice, doing meditation makes the level of this brus, what's it called? Noise. Yeah. Mind noise and things like that. Getting more okay, that's a human being. I see different things because I relate to different things coming from like my core, my inner source. And the more you meditate, the more you can still this part of your mind.
Yeah, free yourself.
And yourself. And then it's not like this part of your mind. The mind has many aspects or many phases, I would call.
But like when you did this, because it's like you get peaks, right?
Yeah,
you fall down under. I see clearly. Wow, life is so beautiful and easy.
Oh, it's not so. Yeah. And I used to, an image of this is like, you know, these little dogs, you know, so running around like this, to the left, to the right, and up and down through legs and everywhere.
Yeah, and that's our mind.
That's our mind. Yeah. And you have like the string holding the
for the cat, or
no, the koppel.
To the dog.
For the dog.
Yeah,
and the leash and your mind runs off like this little dog. And you're like following the dog like this. Oh no, come here! But the dog doesn't want to be still, because that's the nature of the mind. But you're like a fool following that lays for the dog.
So what do you do? Do you pull on the dog, or do you let go of the dog?
You train your dog. Still, come here in the basket. Oh yeah! And the dogs come to you.
Yeah. And sits for a second.
And sits for a second. And there's also another saying that to still your mind is like making a wild tiger your pet, like tame.
Yeah, tame.
Tame, like the wild tiger, making it tame. So it's that put in some effort, because the mind is running off. But living here, you don't see anything else. And I would say, maybe the majority of people today are living here. Yeah, that's why the world is looking like it's looking, because there is no connection. Then again, we come back to this connection. And as you do this, and you come down to here,
So if you get 5 seconds of this, you should be pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
Actually getting that far, and yeah.
And it sets like a tone in your body. Going from sadhana, that's my experience. Going from sadhana, maybe being in this calm space for maybe an hour or something like that. The environment, everything, it sets like a big tone in your body as you go out there as a Raya yogi to meet the world. So then, soon you walk out this door, you put on the radio maybe, well now they have bombed something, blah blah blah.
Of course.
And oh,
But
can
somehow
you do this
able
and
to
can you do that and bleep bleep boink boink.
Yeah.
And then you.
But
then
you still can deal with it.
You still, it comes like this, but you're not. You're above it.
Yeah.
You're not below.
Because I mean, life, all this. That's that's the fun part.
So you can be like this now. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So it's like this, and you're in control. It's not the dog running around with you. You have control of the dog. Hey, you come here, and you can steal your mind. And as you practice this more and more, there's the key for doing this is to making you use your breath, because your breath is the way that you can control your senses, you can control your emotions, and you can control your mind through your breath.
It's always with you.
So that's why all the exercises we do, all the breathing we do, is for you to open up your body, your chest, your everything, so that you can really breathe.
Because when you breathe deep, you can't get stressed.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. Yeah, when you have.
It's impossible
very
to
deep
get stressed if you have a deep breathing. And
so with that, you can face like anything.
Yeah.
I mean, going up on stage or whatever.
Yeah,
hold
it's in your control.
Yeah.
Through your breath, and being aware of your breath. And so what I often give as an advice, if you feel like out of balance, check your breath, check your food, check your drinking, check your sleep. That's like the four main
But the quickest
things.
thing you can do in the
Here
second
now.
is to breathe.
Breathing.
Yeah.
And for me, it's maybe have you eaten or drinking right or wrong, then you'll feel it in your body, and have you slept well. So that's like the four
pillars.
Yeah, very easy things.
Yeah, but still takes a lot of time because we're so
If you're here, then you're like smoked. You don't know. You're so narrow-minded. You cannot.
But it's so easily like unconscious. You know what you eat. You just take this, and you're used to doing that. Like making new patterns of how you're eating and how you're drinking, how you're spending your time it will take time.
Yeah, maybe 40 days.
Maybe 40 days, maybe more. We'll see. When I walk out of this, if I'm suddenly.
So that's also
high-end yoga teacher.
There's a reason why. There's a reason for these numbers also. 40 days. You pass at least 2 moon phases. You
talked about the blood cells.
Yeah, you exchange all the blood cells in your body in 40 days. So being in this space for 40 days, there is nothing of that left of you. You can do it the next step for 90 days, 120 days, or 1,000 days, or all of your life.
Yeah.
If you want to have the effects of it.
Yeah, but as a Kundalini yogi, you want to come there, right? When you have a kriya every morning.
Yeah.
Maybe not this one, such a long one, but at least you always have a regular practice.
That's you have like this is like the sadhana for Aquarius, the Aquarian, and it's like I think it's more like a group activity. Come together, do this, but they also recommend you to have a personal sadhana. And I know many people out there, many colleagues of mine doing Kundalini yoga teachers. They have kick-ass personal sadhanas, I would say.
Yeah.
They've been doing things for like so many years. They find their own components where they put in, and sometimes they change them, put in some other. If they're working on a special issue, then you can, as you get more knowledge, you can. During Kundalini yoga, there is like science behind. So I have to work with my confidence. Okay, you should do Sat Kriya for 31 minutes in 1,000 days. Okay.
Yeah, there are different exercises for the different things you want to achieve. Yeah.
And different meditation focus. They can be from 3 minutes, 11 minutes, 2.5 hours. There's all between that.
So you can take like this Kriya, doing that, and I take this meditation, bringing me this, and I try that for 40 days, and maybe I stick with it. Maybe I switch.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to do this for 90 days, whatever. But a Kriya, it can be like, how long must it be? Can it be like 20 minutes, 10 minutes?
Then again, it's also what do you want from it? What kind of effect do you want? If you sit for 3 minutes, it affects your bloodstream, maybe. If you sit for like 11 minutes, then you go to the next level. Maybe you connect and balance your positive and negative and neutral mind, and then you sit for 22 minutes, and then it's level up, and then you sit for 31 minutes, and then you have another effect, and then you sit for 62 minutes, and you had another effect, and 2.5 hours you have another effect.
Yeah.
So depending on.
But even doing like 22, would that affect your whole day? Would you say?
I would say.
Yeah.
And doing 22 minutes is better than doing nothing.
Ooh, it's a lot better. And I mean, some Kriyas are very, very challenging. 22 minutes, like I did this, you know. Satyanam, Satyanam,
Could be very challenging. And then you have the challenge of how much time have you got? How much time do you have to do this? And there was a student of Yoga Bhajan who have written down everything. You should do this every day. Yoga Bhajan said, you should do this every day. So he has written down, and he
24 hours a day, right?
Yeah, he raised his hand and said, "Hello, well, I'm writing down all the things you should do. It is more than 24 hours. I can't do this." So of course you have to find your own way through this. Me myself, I have always, as I was. Active Kundalini Yoga teacher, I would say 96% of the times I have always done the Aquarian mantras in the morning before teaching in the evening. Every time.
Okay.
So never below 62 minutes meditation. Or maybe doing the Kriya that I had for the time. So as I worked as a yoga teacher, never ever teach without doing the sadhana, the Aquarian Sadhana, to prepare myself being in that position of being a teacher. And then again, people...
That's like preparing your PowerPoint for your presentation or something, like you come prepared.
And I'm a teacher, I could do that. And I also heard from Bahimat Singh, my teacher we mentioned in the first episode. He was a big inspiration for me. He even said, if you don't have this life, if you don't live this, most of the time you shouldn't teach. That's quite challenging things to say. If you don't do this kind of practice, personal or Aquarian or whatever, investing like 1.5, 2 hours a day in getting inspired, you shouldn't teach.
But that's like 1.5 hour on the teaching day. But then you can have like a sadhana you do that's shorter during the normal days.
Yeah, you can interpret it however you want. In order to be a good teacher, how can you be a good teacher if you don't know how to hold the space, if you don't know how to be in the space?
Yes, of course.
So, and I would say if I have like research for the Kundalini Yoga teacher, how much time do you... I know it differs a lot, but for me, I can only speak for myself. I took it very serious, and then I said, okay, at least 1 hour before teaching. Most of the time, 96% of the times, is always doing that because I want to be prepared. I want to hold the space. And if I haven't been teaching for like the last 3, 4, 5 years, and I haven't been doing my sadhana either.
No,
So I don't do the sadhana and I don't teach.
Yeah.
Okay, but now I do the sadhana. Maybe I teach.
Maybe you teach. I mean, you are at the same time. So
then I teach other things, of course, smaller classes and things like that. But
I mean, some students maybe haven't done any yoga at all. So then just having somebody who has done a bit of it and who maybe he could be able to hold the space to get a little bit further for
Absolutely.
them. But then again, if your students, are more
Of course.
experienced than you, then probably they don't get a lot out of it. But then they again help
Yeah.
with the other students.
It's the same in everything. If you're out learning to drive a car, if I never have done it and you have done it a little bit more than me, perfect. You can teach me.
So it's not just about you showing the positions. It's not like doing this, doing that.
No.
There's something more like happening in the subtle realm.
That will be the cliffhanger.
That will be the cliffhanger. So maybe we'll get into that tomorrow.
That will be the cliff.
So
there's something else.
There's something else.
Yeah.
So that's it for episode 6. Kickass Sadhana. Have a kick-ass day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.